Hi everybody, this is Barry Schwartz from the Search Engine Roundtable. This is the Search Buzz video recap. Today is Friday, July 30th, and this is the news we covered over at SERoundtable.com over the past week or so. And I wanted to go through the different topics with you. The first big topic, I guess, this week is that Google AdWords has changed their color of their background color from a pale yellow to a pale purple. Just to give you some history about this, basically, I think back in, let me just see here, back in April 2007, that's when the AdWords background color went from blue to yellow. So they used to be blue originally, where the background color used to be blue, and now then they turned in April 2007 yellow, and now this week they started changing them to purple, pale purple. You can take a look at how that looks like on our blog at SERoundtable.com on July 28th. So far we haven't seen any reports of increase or decrease click-through rates from people's search ads, but it will be interesting to see how searchers react to that and how it actually affects click-through rates and overall quality score and I guess earnings on the end side. Let me show you my screen so you can actually see what's going on. And here's the new purple ads. And here's the old yellow ads, which was earlier this week. And then finally, back early 2007, here are the blue ads, background ads. So there you go. Next main thing I wanted to discuss was Google changed the way their dictionary answers work when you do a search in Google. So for example, if you do a search in Google for tenacious or persistent or any type of word that Google might think that you want a definition for, Google One is now showing more definitions based on searches just by the way you search. So if it's a one-word search, sometimes, and it's a type of word that you want a definition for, or Google thinks you want a definition for, they will show the definition search box. That search box has been improved. It shows things like improved definitions for showing more parts of speech and pronunciation. And plus they have four links to different dictionaries. The dictionaries that are gaining traffic from this outside of the Google dictionary is dictionary.com, answers.com, Webster dictionary, and the freedictionary.com. So those are all very good dictionaries, and I definitely recommend it, and I think it's a nice little touch. Here's a little picture of it, as you can see, of the search result, which looks pretty nice. This was interesting. Aaron Wall posted an example of a large brand manipulating the search results. What they were doing was using not a brand new spam technique. It's not even a spam technique per se. It's just a technique to get more traffic. Some type of web spam technique. Basically, buying expired domains to piggyback off that link popularity, and ultimately the anchor text, and to try to drive traffic for those types of terms that those previous sites were ranking for. What was interesting is how Aaron Wall and also Michael Gray on occasion, or often, use past articles and past information to show how Google is somewhat hypocritical in terms of what they say and what they do. Obviously, Google is a very large company, and there's different branches and different people and different things that people aren't aware of certain things. And what was interesting, he posted a video of Matt Cutts from a few years back where he described to people what his first web search spam experience discovery was ever, and he basically described how people were buying these expired domains and how he didn't like that too much. And what was interesting is that these large brands, according to him, are getting away with this type of stuff. And not only that, he linked to, cleverly at the end, some articles showing how Google themselves are doing some type of, not like buying expired domains or anything like that, but they're doing some type of content duplication and stuff like that, just so that their articles tend to rank higher, and we linked to some information about that as well. It's really hard talking and stuff like this because I know the spam team is totally against this type of stuff, and it's some things that are out of their control, but at the same time, they have taken action against themselves on occasion. AdWords was banned at one point, Google Japan was banned as well, and there's different things that Google done to prove it and make an example of themselves. But it's certain things I guess are just out of the control or too gray to take action against. So if you want to learn more about that, July 29th at SERoundtable.com. The next topic we got here is a new feature from Google Webmaster Tools. Google Webmaster Tools will be now announcing and telling webmasters when they have crawl errors that are pretty much happening faster than they can imagine. So if Google finds like an issue with your site and the issue is not something that's consistent, but rather increases at a certain rate that they deem to be a problem, and a significant increase of issues, they will go ahead and issue a webmaster notification called a site notice, basically telling you you're having significantly increasing your number of crawl errors on your website. So, for example, if Google can't access certain pages on your site at an increased level than they weren't able to a week before, Google will issue a site notice, and that will go into your Webmaster Tools message box. If you have enabled your Google Webmaster Tools message box to forward you these messages, then you'll get that in your email as well. So basically, Google's doing more to warn webmasters about issues such as crawl errors and stuff like that, which obviously would not just have an impact on Googlebot, would also have an impact on and your ranking. It would also have an impact on your users accessing your site from certain locations. We posted about this on July 28th at SEOroundtable.com. The next topic is the robots.meta tag. Robots meta tag. This is not the robots.txt file. This is the robots meta tag that is included in the source code of each individual page of yours. And what Google has said, and not all SEOs know this, and this may be something that new to some people and not new to other people. Basically, the order of the meta robots tag in your page source code is what Google uses. It's cumulative. Basically, if you have a robots clause that says no index come before a specific robots clause for Googlebot that says do index, Google will not index that page. Obviously, if you want more control over what Googlebot and versus other bots could crawl, I would definitely recommend using the robots.txt file, because that actually allows you to have more granular control over your crawl activities from different robots. So definitely take a look at that if you are interested in controlling specific robots. July 30th at SEOroundtable.com. Two topics regarding languages. If you have a multilingual site, this might be interesting to you. The first topic is Google recommends you stick with one language per page, meaning if you have a multilingual site, you should try to stay, if you have an English page, try to keep it mostly English. You have a French page, try to keep it mostly French. Try not to mix and match the content of one language and another language on the same page, because Google has a hard time figuring out where to place that page in terms of which index or in terms of which search query. That's a July 27th post. If you want to learn more information about that, go ahead and take a look. Obviously, there are exceptions. Today I posted on July 30th that Google News has a similar rule where if you submit a sitemap, they want a sitemap file for each language. So you have a multilingual site with English and French. You should have one sitemap just specific to English and one sitemap, news sitemap, just specific to French. So you can submit two different news sitemaps to Google specific for each language. Then that might be an issue for some people, maybe not. On the AdWords side, some people are retaking the Google AdWords certification test. This is the Google AdWords certification program, which is being revamped and has been revamped, and as I think it's every year or two, you have to go ahead and retake the test. And some people are taking the test for their first time. What happens is that some people are complaining that their links to their professional profile are not working. So you get a little certification label, which then links and says Google's actually confirmed that you are a Google certified AdWords professional. Those links are no longer working, according to several people who are taking the test. And according to what I see right now, they seem to still not be working. There's no response from Google yet on that, so it is pretty interesting to see what's going on. Next is Yahoo Search Marketing. Obviously, Yahoo Search Marketing is going to go out the window soon, meaning Bing Ad Center, Microsoft Ad Center will be taking it over eventually. But it's still being used right now, and people are noticing that there are several complaints over Webmaster World Digital Point forums that the Yahoo Search Marketing campaign's reporting engine has been missing some data, such as click-through reports and stuff like that. So if you are a Yahoo Search Marketing advertiser and you notice data is missing, you might want to join the complaints. We have some links to that information on July 29th at SEOroundtable.com. A map feature, which we found to be very, very cool this week, was announced by Microsoft. It's called Microsoft Street Slide. It basically lets you take street view of the actual streets, kind of pin them together and let you slide through them in a nice, cool way. And let me bring up my screen and show you a quick video of how this works. I'm going to hit play over here. Maybe you can see it. So you can actually pan through the different things. And let me just zoom forward. And you see this little view here? It actually pulls all the tiles together and lets you slide through them left and right, which is pretty neat. I don't know if you can see that, but I'll link to the video in the blog post, which I have over here on July 30th at SEOroundtable.com. What somebody actually told us was that there's actually a group of people over using the Google Maps API to do a similar thing, which I linked to again in my blog post, but let me show the people who are watching live. You can just basically pan through the different images, and they're just piecing them together, which is pretty nice. It's pretty cool how it works. So that's Google Street Views. Microsoft Street Slide. We'll get more information about that today, July 30th at SEOroundtable.com. A couple more things to go, and then we're pretty much done. It was reported over at the Google Web Search help forums that there was some pornography being found in the new Google image design. The problem is there's no way to actually easily report that pornography. So if you do a search, there used to be a way to click on the Save Search button on the top right and then say Report Offensive Image. Now that option is gone. Google got back to us and said, yes, it's not there anymore. We're looking for a way to allow people to report images directly on the search result page, but right now it's not a feature available, and we hope to add it soon. They just don't have an ETA. And for now, they want you to report images via the Google Web Page Removal tool, and this way they'll be able to remove it. Let me bring up my screen so you can actually see the differences. This is the old way over here, where you're actually able to click for Report Offensive Image. Now it's gone as from the new image search, so that's something that you should be aware of, and something that's pretty big problem in my opinion. The next topic is Google and Yahoo. Google and Yahoo has teamed up in Japan. That means how Yahoo is using Bing to power their search results in the United States and Canada and some other places as well. Yahoo Japan selected Google to be their search engine, which is going to power them in Yahoo Japan. There's a whole press release published in Japanese. There's lots of questions about why didn't they choose Bing and why not stick with Bing if they're using Bing everywhere else. But that's something else to talk about. And we have all these screenshots and stuff about how this is going to work. If you want more information about Yahoo Japan and Google's partnership, take a look at July 27th at SEOroundtable.com. 2 more topics to go. This was very, very, I guess, funny in a sense. It's basically Google's Jerry Sussman, a Google local product manager. He has been posting in the Google Places Help Forum, responding to queries and questions from SEOs and local people and Google Maps problems. And what he said was, and let me quote this to you, "I can assure you the last thing we want is for a business who hires the best SEO to win a better slot. But there are SEOs, but the SEOs are unfortunately pretty good at what they do, and so sometimes they outsmart us." Meaning, and I use in the title of my post, Google, the last thing we want is the best SEO to win. And it's basically a knock at SEOs in some sense, so that's why I posted about it. On the other hand, he's basically trying to explain to this person that there are people that get it and they're able to do what they can to somehow boost their rankings in Google Maps local results. But at the same time, Google's working on trying to make it the most relevant and most important result to be first, and they'll continue working on that, although SEOs try to do what they can to push up their results. And that's not their goal. Their goal is not for SEOs to rank well, it's their goal for the best result to rank well. And that's what he's trying to say, in other words. I just found the words that he used were pretty fun and interesting. He's a pretty straight shooter. I have some more quotes from him on July 30th that I found interesting, so you might want to take a look at that as well. Finally, there was no real Google logo this week at all, but there was a special logo from Yahoo celebrating the 20th anniversary of the Americans with Disability Act. Yahoo had this pretty cool animated logo for showing pretty much, I think it's Braille, Let me show you my screen so you can take a look at that. And if I mouse over the logo, you'll see it animates. It says ADA, I guess, or something like that. Celebrating the ADA, and static logo also had it under as well. And a link to the accessibility type of thing and how Yahoo's making things more accessible and stuff like that. So that pretty much recaps the Search Buzz video recap. Again, my name is Barry Schwartz. Today is Friday, July 30th, and hope to see you guys next week. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye.